Because otherwise you'll go in, you'll be looking at White Burgundy and you'll see everything's priced at, 80, 90, $200, and you'll be like, well, what was this guy talking about? Hey, welcome back to Drinking It In. I'm your host, Chris Cassara, and today we are talking about finding value in Burgundy. Burgundy white wine without the Burgundy price tag. Is it possible? It is possible. And today we're heading to the Cote de Beaune to prove it. So this region is home to some of the most iconic appellations and as a result, some of the most iconic Chardonnays in the world. But it also, has some amazing bottles that really fly under the radar and frankly need your attention. The Cote de Beaune is the southern half of Burgundy's famous Côte d'Or. So you have the Cote de Beaune and you have the Cote de Nuit. And when it comes to white wine, this is where lots of the big names exist, right? So like I was saying, some of the world's best, most well-known and pricey Chardonnays come from here. You may recognize names like Pouligny Montrachet, Chassagne Montrachet, Meursault. And for those of us that are looking for just to spend a bit less than $300-400 a bottle, there are a lot of viable options here that we'll get into shortly. But what should you expect in the glass? And as a result, would these wines resonate with you? So the Cote de Beaune whites are typically fresh, structured white wines and perhaps a little creamy in texture. I think the flavors and aromas typically include citrus notes, green apple, perhaps some hazelnut, cream, like I was saying, and a good amount of minerality, some mineral notes. And these will vary based on the village and the winemaking style, but they all fall somewhere within that framework. And these wines are delicious young, but and some of them are built to age, but you don't have to wait around, right? You can buy some for short-term drinking. So how about a little history? Now, the comment section, right, says that you guys want to see more of this type of info, more history, more backstories of the wine. So here you go. This part of Burgundy has been making white wine for centuries, right? The monks of the Middle Ages helped map out the vineyard plots and decide exactly where to focus the wine growing. And the limestone-rich slopes, right, or hill, well, slopes, Côte, that give Chardonnay its signature like finesse and energy. They're all over. They're all over here. That I guess obsession with terroir. The word again, I still am uncomfortable saying it, but we got to say it already. More or less, it still defines everything that's happening in the region today. I think it's worth just reinforcing or going back to the basic decoding of labels a bit, in France, as they can be confusing. Think of it, we have a little bit of a pyramid type of scenario. At the bottom, the biggest Bourgogne Blanc. This is the sort of the regional level Chardonnay. It could come from anywhere in Burgundy, right? Including vineyards near famous villages, some from famous villages, and some from just, regular old areas. It's a great entry point, and certainly it's something we're going to discuss here. Village wines. Right, so they are labeled with the name of a specific village, such as Saint-Romain or Auxey-Duresses. These wines they often offer, I think, really good value, and are areas that I gravitate toward when looking for White Burgundy. The Premier Cru, next level up on that pyramid. These are specific vineyard sites within a village, known for, they've been designated for their higher quality. And these are a step up in complexity and price. There, you might be able to still find some affordable gems out there on this level, but it takes some searching. And last but not least, the very tippy top of the pyramid, Grand Cru. These are the most prestigious vineyards like Montrachet and Cote de Beaune. Gorgeous wines, sky-high prices. We're not, if you can taste them on someone else's dime, do it. I've had that opportunity a couple of times, And it's a nice experience, but they're not for us to discuss on this video much further because we're talking about values. So what are some white wine regions that over-deliver? Let's get specific since we're bargain hunting in the Cote de Beaune now. So here are 6 villages to look for on the labels. I mean, of course, you could always go Bourgogne Blanc, find good producers and go Bourgogne Blanc, but these are really ones you're going to want to zero in on, and they don't go too far up in price. So number 1, Saint-Romain, one of the best values in all of Burgundy. I might be saying that wrong. It might be Saint-Romain. I'll have to check that out. But higher elevation here, it means these wines are crisp. They have a bright acid, some minerality. If you like green apple and wet stone, then you're going to like wines from here. Monthelie, known more for reds, and we will talk about them in the red episode, but the whites here are super delicious. They're lighter, they're more floral and very fresh, easy to drink. Number 3, Auxey-Duresses. This one is right next door to Meursault, and it has a similar style, but a little lighter on the oak, so it's a little, it's more accessible and a better price tag. Super versatile with food, though. These wines are really, really good with food. Number 4, Pernand-Vergelesses. These wines are like really zesty and zippy, right? More acid, a bit of structure. Some vineyards here are like almost next door to Cote de Beaune, so you're getting like serious reputation, serious terroir without that markup for the prestige of that particular, of that Grand Cru. Number 5, Savigny-les-Beaune. This is one of my favorite value areas for reds, but their whites are overlooked as well. So just overall, it's a good value. These wines will have a little more of a nutty flavor, than most of the other wines in Burgundy, and great acidity. They're surprisingly elegant, and if you're looking for a crowd-pleasing Chardonnay, crowd-pleasing white Burgundy, this one that's probably where you should go. Last but not least is Beaune, the town itself, right? There are some fantastic white premier cru sites here that they don't have that same hype as like Montrachet, like I was saying, so you can get really good values. I guess in conclusion, right, as I've been trying to kind of stress this in a number of videos, is you don't have to spend a fortune to drink white Burgundy. And I think you have a lot of options in the Cote de Beaune. It's loaded with, like I said, the underrated villages. And and these villages make stunning Chardonnay. So, but you just need to know what to focus on, right? Because otherwise you'll go in, you'll be looking at white Burgundy and you'll see everything's priced at, $80, $90, $200, and you're gonna be like, well, what was this guy talking about? But next time you're shopping for a delicious Chardonnay, why don't you go straight to look for wines that have Saint-Romain and Auxey-Duresses and Savigny-les-Beaune on them, and the others I mentioned. Give them a try. I think you'll be hooked on the elegance that you get for the price. These are not $15 wines, but when you consider the value they bring in comparison to their higher price counterparts, you'll be very, very happy that you purchased them. Hey, if you've liked this video, I'd love to, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, please. It would mean so much to me. But definitely let me know if you have some favorite white wine producers or regions, appellations or villages, from the Cote de Beaune region, so I can add to my exploration of the wines. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining.